Hey Joe, Demetrius here. It's a quick video I told you I'd put together for you. And so, what I did, I typed in HVAC, Albany, Oregon, and you'll notice at the top of the page, you'll see Yelp's kind of taking that spot just above the map pack. And then here, again, obviously, like I said, the map pack, right? This is some prime real estate because about 7 out of 10 people that are searching for any particular service stop here. So if your business is showing up in this space, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to get that phone call or that click to your website or inquiry, through your contact form or whatnot. And so I kind of want to talk about this for a moment because I could not find a business profile for Norse Service, right? And so first thing I would suggest is getting one of those set up immediately, because I mean, just having one helps with social proof, but that also gives you a chance to get into this map pack. And so really what allows you to show up in this map pack is a few things. And so one of them obviously is just having your business profile, having it fully optimized. And by that I mean listing your hours of service, phone number, your website, full business description, right, and including some of the keywords that you're wanting to rank for. So in this case, HVAC, Albany, Oregon. And excuse me, last but not least is citations. So citations are anywhere that your name, address, and phone number show up on the web. Those are things like Yelp and Dex, Yellow Pages, even Facebook business profile will give you a citation. But there's thousands of places you can do that. And what I found is most small businesses usually only fall somewhere of like 20 to 30 citations. And so the more of those you can do, the better, right? And it helps you pop into here. Also, doing post on your business profile will also help, and then reviews, right? Because people want to see that, right? That lets folks know that you're good at what you do, at least in their eye, right? And so, so reviews as well, right? And you notice that the number of reviews doesn't technically justify the position of the map pack that you're in, right? But get them nonetheless. So citations, name, address, and phone number. Next thing, I'm going to scroll down to the organic listings, and you'll see that Mike's AC, these guys, right, are number 2 organically. And so as a consumer, right, if you see a business that shows up in the map pack and you see them, kind of at the top on the first page, what's your general census? These guys must know what they're doing, right? And so again, a lot more likely to get that click or that phone call. And so it just creates the more chances for opportunity for business. And so success leaves clues. So I'm going to try and take a peek at Mike's Heating and see what these guys are doing, right? Because no sense in recreating the wheel. Might as well just recreate what they're doing. And the thing about Google is that it's really an open book test, and we can see exactly what the competition is doing, so that we can match what they're doing and exceed it. And so I'm going to take a peek here. This is a tool I use called Ahrefs, and this particular page here gives me a snapshot at the keywords that this web page is ranking for, in this case, Mike's AC, right? And so you'll see here that for air quality, Bend, Oregon, right, these guys are in position 16. They're getting 19 hits a month of traffic for that particular keyword. And as we scroll on, so on and so forth, right, you can see, the different search volumes. So, like heating and air conditioning, Albany, Oregon, it's 30 hits a month, right? And they're in position 2 for that, and they get about 4 hits a month to their site for that particular keyword. Now, another thing to mention is that obviously Albany is considerably smaller population in Salem, and so could also take a look at Salem as an area to compete. I don't know how often you'd like to get down there. I know it's not that far of a travel to get there, but something to consider as well, right? Because obviously with larger population, more chance for business. But again, back on Mike's AC. And so let's take a peek at their site, right? So now at first glance, they have a call to action right at the top, which is great, right? Because most people are searching for mobile; they're not even using desktop, and so you need to make sure your website is mobile friendly and that you have a call to action, right? So they can get a hold of you. Next thing is ranking a website, right? Half of ranking is content, and so the more content you have, the more Google will see you as an authority in your space. And looking at these guys' homepage, they don't have a ton of content, but looking at their overall website, they do have a ton of content. And they also mention, some of the keywords that they want to rank for, right? Which is important. Using the keywords you want to rank for throughout the content on your website. And another thing is that these guys have a lot of service areas, right? And they kind of mention them here. But the other thing they did, right, which is cool, is they've started creating location pages, right, which is another way you can add content, which they only have 2 here that they've done so far. But they could potentially create web pages for each of these locations, or 3, right? And just go down the list. And you could do the same. It doesn't require a whole lot of effort on there other than just, creating the content and then creating the additional page. But you'll look here, see, right, look at all the different services that they offer, right? And it's just more places for them to add content and become the authority in their space, which is a huge reason on why they are in that, number 2, number 3 spot. Then the next thing we have is backlinks. And backlinks are essentially votes to your site, right? But not all votes are created equal. And so the best way to explain backlinks is, the more relevant the link is, the more votes you get to your site. And say, for example, if you were linking to another HVAC company in Portland or Dallas, Texas, or Miami, Florida, right? You're going to get more votes to your site than if you're linking to, say, Pizza Hut, right? Because you're in the business of HVAC, not selling pizzas. And so these guys here have well over 1,200 backlinks, and out of those 1,200, only 93 are actually sending votes back to their site, right? And so we can go through and see every spot that these guys are getting a backlink that's sending them votes back to their site. And what we could do is go in and get a link to your site. And so taking a peek, right? And again, I know you said it's pretty just cut and paste through a site together. But one of the things to mention, right, is getting some more content on here, right? Because again, content is king in the digital space in search, right? And then services. I would recommend taking each of these services and making them their own page and just adding more content, because you could elaborate on each of these services, right? Furnace repair and fan motor replacement, right? There's a ton of opportunity there for you to create some more content in that space, and even location pages, right? And so there's definitely a lot of opportunity there. Good job with the call to action up here. One thing would be to check and make sure that you can click the call on that, right? Because otherwise it's kind of some missed opportunity. But otherwise it looks good. And this is a snapshot of your homepage, right? And so you see, don't really have any data going here, right? No backlinks or anything like that. You do have some keywords, but not technically ranking for any, right? And so I go in and show you here that most of these keywords you are right between the second and third page for these keywords that are showing, right? So, I mean, how many times have you gone past the first page when you're looking for something? Probably not often. And so, the people that don't know who Norse Heating and Air is, right? You're missing out on opportunity there for potential business and even repeat business. And so, kind of the big takeaways here are, again, get that business profile set up on Google, right? Get it fully optimized, and citations, name, address, and phone number all over the web. And then, as far as the website, right, you want content, authoritative content with the keywords you want to rank for, and then backlinks, right, votes to your site. So, again, those are the three big takeaways. And I'd love to help you out. But if you have any questions, want to know more, kind of next steps, feel free to give me a shout, and we can go from there. Thanks.